So, Adi, I've always heard Cleopatra died by letting a snake bite her. But is that actually true? Or is it just one of those dramatic legends?
That's the big question, isn't it? The way Cleopatra died is still a mystery, even after 2,000 years. But what's wild is how much of her last day was about performance, almost like she was staging her own legend right up to the end.
Wait, what do you mean, performance? Was she really trying to put on a show?
Oh, absolutely. After Octavian, who later became Augustus, defeated her and Antony, he wanted her alive. He planned to parade her through Rome as a trophy. Cleopatra knew this, so she pulled out every trick in the book. She dressed in this studied negligence, like perfectly messy mourning clothes that somehow made her look even more stunning. She surrounded herself with portraits and busts of Julius Caesar and even carried his letters close to her heart.
That's so calculated. Was she trying to seduce Octavian?
She definitely tried, but Octavian wasn't having it. He saw right through her, but she did convince him she wanted to live. He left, thinking he'd soon be showing her off in Rome.
So, what happened after Octavian left? How did she actually die?
According to Plutarch, on August the 17th, 30 BCE, Cleopatra took a bath, ate an exquisite meal, and then an Egyptian peasant showed up with a basket of figs. The guards checked it, saw just figs, and let it through. But hidden inside, maybe, was her method of suicide.
Was it the famous asp in the fix?
That's one version. Some say there was a snake, an asp, or maybe more than one hidden in the basket. Others say she used a poisoned comb or a hairpin smeared with venom. The truth is, nobody knows for sure. The sources all contradict each other. The only thing they agree on is that her body didn't show obvious signs of poisoning, except for 2 tiny puncture marks on her arm.
That's so mysterious. Why do you think the snake story stuck around?
Partly because it's dramatic, but also because it fit the Roman propaganda. Octavian wanted to show he'd conquered this dangerous, exotic queen, but even the Roman poets couldn't help but admire her. Horace, for example, wrote about celebrating her defeat, but he also respected her courage. He said she didn't run away or beg for mercy. She faced death with a calm smile.
That's kind of badass. But what happened to her family?
Octavian spared her children with Antony, but he killed Antony's eldest son by another wife and, most tragically, Cleopatra's son with Julius Caesar, Caesarion. Then he annexed Egypt, ending 300 years of Ptolemaic rule. Egypt became his personal province, and he spun it as adding Egypt to the Roman Empire. Oh.
So Cleopatra's death wasn't just the end of her life, but the end of an entire era?
Exactly. With her gone, the last ember of Alexander the Great's world was snuffed out. Rome took over Egypt, and Octavian became the first real emperor. But Cleopatra's legend lived on, partly because she controlled her story, even in death.
It's wild how much of this is about image and propaganda. I mean, even today, leaders try to control how they're remembered, right?
Totally. Think about how politicians stage photo ops, or how celebrities manage their public image on social media. Cleopatra was doing the ancient version of that, using symbols, stories, even her own death, to shape how the world would see her.
And the way her death got mythologized, it's kind of like how conspiracy theories or viral stories spread now, even if the facts are fuzzy.
Exactly. The truth gets mixed up with legend, and what people remember is the most dramatic version. That's why we still picture Cleopatra with a snake, even though nobody really knows what happened.
So, in a way, Cleopatra's last act was about controlling her own narrative, even if it meant becoming a myth.
Right? And that's why her story still matters. It's a reminder that history isn't just about what happened, but about who gets to tell the story and how it gets remembered. We see the same thing today, whether it's in politics, media, or even our own social feeds.
So, next time I see a headline that sounds too perfect, I'll remember Cleopatra and maybe look a little closer at who's telling the story.
Exactly. Legends are powerful, but the truth is always more complicated and way more interesting.
That's it for today's episode on Fun Learn Talks, where stories from business, technology, and history keep your curiosity alive. If you enjoyed the journey, make sure to follow, rate, or share it with a fellow curious mind. And hey, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment or connect with us online. I'm Anu, and I'll catch you next time, right here on Fun Learn Talks. Until then, keep learning, keep wondering.